Happy Wednesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
We talked to Fran Kelly. She's got a new talk show called Frankly.
Frankly.
Her name blends very well into that.
Yeah, that's how she got the show.
No, that's not the only reason she got the show, but they thought, what would we call it? How good's that?
Well, what about a show called The Jones Files?
What about Amanda Caller? And people just phone up and call me.
Okay, let's role play it. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Is that Amanda Caller?
Yes, it is.
Can you put that Jonesy on the line? I want to hear about the Jones Files.
And that's when I blow a whistle down the line and storm out.
The Bureau of Meteorology, they have a problem with the name bomb.
They don't like us calling it the bomb.
They don't like bomb.
Well, they can bomb off. The tribal drum beats for the moment my day turned around. Someone told me a lovely story about what my dog did for her.
Yeah.
Dog did someone's shopping. No, she didn't. She doesn't have an opposable thumb.
Or a credit card. We'll go down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test.
And what are all these stories that we're keeping hearing about James Corden?
Yeah.
We'll drill down on that.
We love celebrities behaving badly. Enjoy our podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda
Miss Keller. Amanda.
doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello, Amanda. How are you today?
Hello, I'm well. I was thinking last night, now that Harley and I don't have children living at home, this is a sign, isn't it? We had soup for dinner.
Ugh.
And I knew you'd groan. I knew you'd go, ugh. You've said before, soup is a povo meal, and that soup for dinner is not a meal.
That's not a meal. It's been well
It
documented.
was a big, hearty vegetable soup.
Ugh. It hasn't even got meat in it.
No.
I thought if it had
You're
some
such
meat
a
in it.
caveman.
I'm not a caveman. I just want a meal at dinner time.
It is a meal. Well, there's only the two of us, and I didn't want to eat more than that. Harley didn't want to eat more than that. I said to him, do you want a piece of toast with it? And he said, no, it's fine.
Soup without bread.
Yeah.
It's like men without hats.
You wouldn't have been able to handle it, would you?
I don't know. Ryan, Jeremiah Rye, he's eating soup this morning.
Yum.
He's got, what did you call it?
Powdered soup.
Powdered soup.
I think
and,
most of us call it cup of soup.
and tomorrow he's going to put water in it.
A bit clawing around the mouth. What did you have for dinner?
I had tacos.
See?
Hard and soft tacos.
Yeah, it's a midweek meal, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, they just worked it because we had a taco kit sitting in the back of the pantry, and it came out all right. I had some leftover vegetables. I whacked them into the
Vegetables, Brendan? That sounds disgusting.
I'm not against vegetables. I'd rather tacos than soup for dinner.
Well, a lot of people would. But we had, I'd eaten a bit over the weekend. I thought, let's just have a light meal. Harley was happy with that.
Sure.
Yeah. And he didn't go, ugh, like you just did when I said soup for a meal.
I think Harley would have got and you didn't see it.
No. We had bread rolls. He didn't want one. We had accompaniments. I could have chopped up a human foot and put it in
Well,
if he wanted some meat.
At least you would have had some meat in there, Jeffrey Dahmer. That would have been nice. Oh.
So you'd rather eat a meal with Jeffrey Dahmer than a vegetable soup?
Why would I want to eat a meal with Jeffrey Dahmer?
Take the top of the head off and just scoop out the brains because there's meat in it.
So speaking of Jeffrey Dahmer, have you seen that new Dahmer?
No,
I was on.
it's the most streamed show on Netflix at the moment.
I was watching. What's that show? Roger was in talking about it. You know, the show on Channel 10. Roger Corsica.
His show, Traitor.
Traitor. I was watching that and I thought, I don't understand this. It's too hard for me
So
to
you wanted
understand.
to eat him instead?
And so I started flicking through the a million streaming devices I have. And I thought, do I need to watch Dahmer? I don't want to watch Dahmer.
You don't have to.
I ended up watching Aaron Molan's thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, about the trolling thing. That was kind of interesting.
But has that been going for a while?
I think that was the first episode.
I thought it had been going for ages.
I've never watched Sky News.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's and Peter Credlin, who I read her column in the paper, and I kind of, she's an opinionated woman. I like her opinions and stuff. But I didn't realise that at Sky News, there's no audio technicians. It sounds dreadful. Get an audio technician.
They do have some very good journalists.
There's good journalists.
They
but
really do.
It sounds like you're standing next to a bandsaw. You've got to have some sort of modulation in the voice.
I like Laura Jays. I like Peter Stefanovic. There's very good journalists there. But after dark, that station goes mental.
But is there like a guy that goes, okay, you got to put your microphone a bit closer
You're
here?
thinking of the audio. I'm thinking of the words that actually you can hear. I'd rather hear nothing.
You don't
They're
like
all
Rowan
barking
Dean?
mad. I was on an aeroplane the other day, and this woman said to me, "Oh, I love you on the living room," and her husband said, "When's it on?" I said, "Friday at 7:30." He said, "That's what I'm watching, Andrew Bolt." Well, this is where we part company.
Do you think the Andrew Bolt people would cross over with the living room people?
I don't know. We'd have better audio.
I watched Andrew Bolt just drink whiskey. Is that what he does? Is that what's on TV now?
I don't know, but only because you're watching it.
Well, I just was flicking through the channel. As Bruce Springsteen said, 57 channels and there's nothing on. We've got an action-packed show today.
Do we?
Fran Kelly's going to
I'm looking forward to that.
She's got a new TV show.
I know, called Frankly. Her name lends itself to a TV show. What would yours just be? Jonesy.
There'd be a show.
That's a show. Jonesy.
I don't know what would be on it. Me drinking whiskey and talking off mic like this. That seems to pass for TV these days.
Sure.
The Magnificent Seven, we can't do anything till we do that. Question 1.
In Finding Nemo, where would you find Nemo's home? Where was it located?
Is it in the sea?
It's in the sea, but which sea?
Jam Nation
Podcast. We have the Magnificent Seven for you. For the uninitiated, 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Even if you're initiated, I'll say congratulations.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Tony's in Alawa.
Hi, Tony.
Good morning, guys.
Can I ask you a question? Would you ever have soup for dinner?
If I had a cold, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, no, not traditionally.
What are you getting a ping for?
Only if you're feeling sooky.
If I'm feeling sick. A man flu.
If you had a bit of a man flu, if you're unwell...
So that's every second day.
Maybe you've broken your jaw or something and you couldn't eat solid foods. Maybe you're infirm and elderly and you couldn't eat solid foods. Maybe a little baby and you couldn't eat solid foods.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Brendan. So, I mean, you have children at home, so you cook for a group of people. If it was just you and Helen, would you simplify what you had for dinner?
What happens, sometimes my children aren't at home and they never tell me. It's this...
Well, see, but therefore you've cooked a meal for more people.
It's constant shell game. I'll make a meal for me and Helen, not soup, and then all of a sudden they'll all show up. And where's my dinner? Well, just a simple text would have been nice. And then I'll make a sumptuous meal, succulent Chinese meal.
You'll make it.
I'll make it.
Sure.
And then no one will show up. And it's me
They're
and
off
Helen
having soup somewhere.
sitting at the table looking at each other saying, well, this is great. But it would never be soup.
No. Interesting. You're the guy who said yesterday that you feel like you've put on weight and you want to go on a diet, and yet you're poo-pooing having soup for dinner.
What are you saying?
No, I'm just saying, soup might be your friend.
Why do you say jazzed about soup for?
Because I don't like your attitude.
Are you working for the soup people?
I'm working for the soup people.
You and Jem Ryan.
I've got Ryan into soup. I'm going to one person at a time, take over the world.
Question 2 for you, Tony. Healy's.
No, we haven't even done question 1.
Haven't we?
No. In Finding Nemo, where would you find Nemo's home?
It's in the Great Barrier Reef.
Yes, it is.
Question 2. Healy's is an American brand of shoe famous for what feature?
A Healy.
I love them. I wish they made them for adults.
Heelys. What do you think that'd be in a shoe?
I think they're like a croc or something, aren't they? Like a sandal type?
No, sorry, Tony.
Jeremy is in Narellan Vale.
Hi, Jeremy.
Good morning.
What's the famous feature of a Healy shoe?
They have the wheels in the sole.
Yes, they do.
They're great. I love seeing a little kid whizzing around on those things. Why don't they make them for adults?
Because I've seen you on a ripstick.
I'd be okay on
No,
Heelys.
you almost broke your coccyx. Let's play Cover Me.
Cover me. Cover me. Cover me. I got you covered, boss.
Polish jazz band Pink Floyd have made a cover of what song? What are they singing?
You're loving this.
I'm not a fan of jazz.
Jeremy?
No, he's not singing anything.
That's hard, isn't it? Once when I was in New York with Beyond 2000, I went out on my own because I knew that the little jazz club where Woody Allen played.
Mm-hmm.
And there he was. I think he plays the clarinet. I sat there, just pulled a face the whole night. I thought, this is awful.
Was Woody Allen there?
Yeah. He was
Well, you
playing
saw him play the clarinet.
Yeah, and I just pulled a face all night because it was jazz.
Did Woody see you?
Pulling a face?
Yeah.
Probably. But, everyone was. It's jazz. It's horrible.
Yeah, jazz is dreadful.
Let's hear it one more time.
Fascinated by that.
It's like comb and paper they're playing there.
Comb and paper. And how many people were in the club?
It was full. It was a little cute little dive of a
Where
club.
were you sitting in relation to Woody?
On his lap.
Well, was this pre-Sun Yi?
Would it have been around that time?
No, Sun Yi was 90s.
Okay, well, then it was probably late 80s.
Yeah, so you could have been the next Sun Yi.
Oh, yeah, because if you like a young person, you'll like all of them.
Yeah, of course. That's my understanding of it. Isn't that how it works?
It's like guys who say, oh, careful, he's gay, he might go for me. Like there's no discernment.
Hang on, that's not a thing. I just thought that was a thing.
Question 3. Good luck. What is that song?
Jam Nation.
Friend of the Magnificent Seven. Let's take a question number 3.
It's going to Loretta in Erskineville. Hello, Loretta.
Good morning.
Hello.
How are you?
We're playing Cover Me. This is a Polish jazz band called Pink Floyd. What song are they covering? Can that be enough? Because we can't deal. Do you know what the song is?
I believe it's Nirvana.
You believe?
Come as you are.
Yes, it is. Let's hear the original. That's better.
You not got Woody Allen in there playing a clarinet, have you?
No, me pulling a face.
The Chupa Chup logo was designed by which famous artist, Loretta? Was it A, Salvador Dali, B, Pablo Picasso, or C, Vincent van Gogh?
Oh, I'm going to have to guess and say Salvador Dali.
Yeah,
Yes.
he designed the Chupa Chup logo.
I did not know that.
There you go. Question number 5. Fran Kelly works for which TV network?
Sam Kelly.
Fran Kelly.
Fran.
Kelly.
She was on ABC Radio for a long time.
On our show today.
She is, and now she's got a Tonight Show. What channel is it on?
Is it Channel 7?
No.
John's in Kiama.
Hi, John.
G'day, how you going?
Great. How's
well.
the blowhole going?
Yeah, magnificent.
Is it spurting up big?
Quite loud today.
Oh, really?
Oh. Kiama's beautiful,
I
isn't
love
it?
Kiama.
It's
great.
just beautiful. All right, Fran Kelly works for which TV network, my John?
ABC?
Yeah, it's the ABC.
Which American talk show host has been slammed in the press for being rude to staff at a restaurant?
This has all just happened in the last day or so, that someone came out with a story and another person has and another person.
Had he gone to that Karen's, perhaps?
Is it that blonde-haired lady? I can't think of her name.
Go on.
Oh, short hair.
Yeah.
Elle?
No, it's not Ellen. It's not Ellen.
Poor old Ellen. gets
Ellen did get
blamed for everything.
But Ellen did get some trouble for not being nice, remember?
At a restaurant?
No.
Just
but
not being nice.
Not being nice to her staff.
Well, that
but-
doesn't mean she's not nice at restaurants. She
No.
might be a princess at restaurants.
Well, this particular American talk show host is English, but he has an American talk show host. He likes to sing in the car. What's his name?
Comes down to Ken of Toronto.
Hi, Ken. Do you know who it is?
Yeah, guys, it's James Corden.
Yeah,
James
he does
Corden.
the car karaoke.
Yeah. You know, I thought that jumped the shark a long
I
time
loved
ago,
it.
that car karaoke.
You don't like soup. You don't like car karaoke.
I like the one he did with George Michael when it first started.
The Paul McCartney one
Paul
was
McCartney one was
extraordinary.
good. Okay, let's all move on from that.
Question 7. Sundance is what kind of festival?
What was it, sorry?
Sundance. It's what kind of festival?
The music festival, isn't it?
No, it's not, I'm
I
afraid.
didn't get to ask Ken how the Toronto blowhole was going. Steve and Gaimea.
Hi, Steve.
Morning, how are we?
Very well. Sundance is what kind of festival?
I believe it's a film.
It is
It
a
is a
film,
film festival.
You've done it.
Good on you, Steve. You've come from nowhere and you've got the jam pack, a $100 make-out meals voucher. Make-out Meals delivers meal kits from Australia's favourite restaurants, is now available in Sydney. I wonder if they deliver the ingredients for a soup. No, because it's a meal, so you would not get a soup.
You're weird.
$200 Contour Clinics voucher. They are the go-to clinic to rejuvenate and refresh your face with their gold standard skincare technologies. And Jonesy and Amanda caricatures for you to colour in some stated pencils. Steve, anything you would like to add?
Better than powdered soup in a thermos.
Exactly. I'm waiting for Ryan to add some water and his life will begin.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Thumbing through the Almanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1980, well, this is big news. AC/DC played their first live gig since the death of Bon Scott. Bon Scott died 8 months before in February. And this
they replaced him and rehearsed and got on stage that quickly.
In 8 months? That's quite phenomenal when you look at it. You know, bands, it's a hard old business. And AC/DC were at the top of their game when they lost their lead singer and managed to replace Bon Scott with Brian Johnson, and the rest, as they say, is history. Isn't that amazing? Absolutely amazing.
I had a dream the other night. Actually, it was last night about AC/DC.
Oh, really?
I had a dream that Andrew Denton was doing a big fundraiser and we were going into this big stadium. Andrew was going to sing all the songs of AC/DC.
Was he really?
Yeah. I'm just remembering it now. How weird would that be?
Because he'd fit
and we're
in.
all excited. We're going to watch him do the songs.
I could see Andy Pandy in the little school uniform.
Yeah.
I don't know, is he a singer?
He can hold a tune.
Can
I don't
he?
know if he'd be able to belt out all the AC/DC songs.
What AC/DC song would he pick?
I reckon he'd pick Back in Black.
Black in Black?
Black and Black and Black in Back.
But as black as the new black. Oh, this is great.
Oh, well, it's back.
Jam Nation. WSFM, hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. It's nice to hear that, Back in Black. Who would have thought 8 months after Bon Scott died on this day, Brian Johnson started with their first live concert. Within 6 weeks, he was working with the band. So they practiced and practiced and practiced.
Do you think that he was in the Wings before?
I think, yeah, he'd met Bon Scott before, so they knew of him because he was in a band called Geordie. Also, Brian Johnson was famously a jingle singer, and you remember this jingle.
You high-powered compact from Hoover, it's a beautiful mover. The new compact does more than beat. It also cleans, it also sweeps, and brushes right to the edge.
Where, Brian?
Right to the edge. Changing the bag as easy as ABC.
Changing the bag.
The new high-powered compact from
Come
Hoover,
on.
it's a beautiful mover.
If you've got time at work today, just YouTube that ad. It's got every stereotype that you would expect in a vacuum cleaner commercial. Women in stilettos going around
of course.
cleaning.
And the jingle that includes how easy it is to empty the bag.
It's easy to clean as ABC.
It goes right to the edge.
Right to the edge.
Well, we've had a spate of bad weather. I'm not telling information you don't know. Rain, terrible floods.
Showing you on Google Earth, Warragamba Dam, and the benefits of raising the dam wall and what part will be flooded if we raise the dam wall. And you seem to understand that.
I did, thank you. But you know, the only creatures that seem to love what's going on with the weather, and this is unfortunate, it's snakes. Snakes. Come on. Snakes are about to have an incredibly hectic, that's the word of the snake catchers, breeding season. They love the wet, and also what happens is they get swept out of where they're living when there are floods and when there's lots of movement of water. So they're turning up in the strangest places. Carpet pythons inside TV sets. Ugh. Venomous red-bellied black snake. One was sucked up by a vacuum cleaner. Right to the edge.
So what, someone sucked up their snake with a vacuum cleaner?
No, it went into the vacuum cleaner.
Right. That's what I said at school. It just happened.
Eastern brown snakes have been found sunning themselves on the beach.
Oh, brownie's no good.
No one wants any of that. So the Australian snake season generally hits between September and April when they come out looking for food or a mate. It's like Mad Monday. But this can be brought forward if at the end of winter and the start of spring are unseasonably warm and wet, which is exactly what's happening. So snakes at the moment are being found in schools, in houses, in gutters, in pipes. This is a bit I thought was casual. People should contact Wise or a professional snake handler if they're concerned about one near their home. No need to worry about them. Just keep an eye on them.
Just keep an eye on that
You've got a really poisonous snake in your vacuum cleaner, but just casually keep an eye on it.
Maybe get Brian on the case. He could help us.
Sing it to death.
He could sing it to death. He could do a good job of it.
Right to the edge.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
We get a lot of press releases here, don't we? A lot of media releases. A lot of things, support this, do this, blah, blah, blah. A lot of things. And there's things that really pique your interest. The one that really piqued my interest this morning is the Bureau of Meteorology doesn't want to be referred to as the bomb.
No, or the Weather Bureau. They don't want to be called the Weather Bureau. They put out a press release saying they are now to be called the Bureau or the Bureau of Meteorology.
Do you ever refer to it as the bomb? I don't think I've ever said the bomb. I think I just always say the Bureau of Meteorology because I can say it quite well. So I pose off a bit with it.
Well, yesterday a media release was sent out asking outlets nationwide to update their internal style guides to refer to the agency as the Bureau or Bureau of Meteorology rather than BOM. People have been ridiculing this, saying, hey, we're in the middle of floods.
Yeah. Bigger
that,
fish to fry, guys.
That's right. And what's it about? Because at the same time, their app still has the word bomb on it, B-O-M. Mm-hmm. Their socials still have it, so they put out the press release saying, please refer to us no longer as this. And they haven't done any supporting material. I don't know what it's about. And apparently they spent $70,000, the Bureau did, to a company to change the branding of the product name. $70,000. And when Tanya Plibersek, who's the federal environment minister, was asked about it yesterday, she said, look, during this time of severe weather and flood disaster, I'm not focusing on the name of the agency. She said that this all started to take place before with the previous government.
ScoMo's fault. Blame everything on ScoMo. It's interesting. So the Bureau of Meteorology, how is that going to impact in life?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe we should respect that. If someone these days, if someone says
it's interesting. Should we, if a football stadium, if the sponsorship changes and they have to change their name for a corporate reason, you're asked to respect that. This is just the name of it.
What about
we can call it what we like.
What about Quilton Loves Your Bomb? Now, the toilet paper people, they do a bit of a collab with...
But they don't want the word bomb. So you've got it wrong. What would have to happen is the word bomb would have to come out of songs.
Quilton Loves Your Bureau of Meteorology. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So Tom Jones, he'd have to change it.
Famously.
SAPS, Bureau of Meteorology. SAPS, Bureau of Meteorology. You're my SAPS, Bureau of Meteorology.
Yeah, I don't know if it works.
I'm with you. What about this one?
Bureau of Meteorology. Bureau of Meteorology.
That one works.
Meteorology.
I don't mind it. How about this one?
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Mom.
Bureau of Meteorology.
We'll get used to
Bureau
it.
of Meteorology. Bureau of Meteorology.
See, I'm used to it already.
Bureau of Meteorology.
I could listen to that all day.
It's Bodie McBoatface has a lot to answer for. It's made everyone say, don't make fun of our name. But Bomb was affectionate.
Bomb was I love Bomb.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of Bomb.
Sure.
Embrace the bomb.
Embrace the bomb. Don't say it. They'll fine you.
How are they going to find
No,
me?
they're not going to find you.
I'm happy to have that war.
But in the days of floods and things, there are, as you say,
I'm going
bigger fish
to go
fry.
out of my way. I used to say Bureau of Meteorology all the time. I'm going to say Bomb.
You're allowed to say the Bureau, but I've watched a French television show called The Bureau where they were the Secret Service and went and killed everybody. So that's not a good one either.
We'll get back to that.
Jam Nation.
Now, there's a couple of questions that I have to ask you.
I don't answer questions.
Just answer the question, okay?
What's in it for me?
$10,000 reward.
Right here, right now, we have $10,000 up for grabs. All you have to do is answer 10 questions in 60 seconds. It's been done 4 times this year alone.
Well, it doesn't matter how many people it takes to get there. If someone in 60 seconds answers question 10 correctly, they will get $10,000.
I like at this point, as a broadcaster, you have no idea where it's going to go. It could be Mark of Marsfield.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. The minute you hesitate, the minute you're wrong, you're out. Someone takes your place. 10 questions, 60 seconds, stack of people ready to go. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, well, let's start.
You're awake.
You're
That's
awake.
part of it.
That's part of it, Mark. All right, well, focus your brain tubes because here we go. Question 1. Eric Idle was part of which British comedy troupe?
Ian's in Kings Langley.
Eric Idle was part of which British comedy troupe?
Terry's in Narellan.
Eric Idle was part of which British comedy troupe?
Monty Python.
Question 2. The current men's T20 World Cup is for which sport?
Cricket.
Question 3. What type of food is a Granny Smith?
Apple.
Question 4. Sanna Marin is the Prime Minister of which country?
Pass.
Helen's in Connell's Point.
Sanna Marin is the Prime Minister of which country?
France.
Mari's in Glenbrook.
Sanna Marin is the Prime Minister of which country?
Finland.
Question 5. In which New South Wales region can you find Tyrrell's Winery?
Hunter.
Question 6. What do you call an entertainer who twists into strange positions?
A ventriloquist, not a ventriloquist.
Darren's in Rosebery.
What do you call an entertainer who twists into strange positions? Question 7. Robin Fenty is the real name of which pop star?
India.
No. India. I don't think you heard the question. Robin Fenty is the real name of which pop star? Rihanna.
What are the
answer.
chances?
Not it. And Sanna Marin, she's the Finnish Prime Minister.
Yeah.
She's the one who was photographed dancing with her girlfriends at a party.
And passion on with them.
Yeah, well, they were passing on themselves in the background.
Right, yeah.
And she had to come out and say, you know what, if you want to drug test me, please do. I'm allowed to have
allowed to do this.
A private life. And a whole lot of Finnish women came out in support, showing pictures of themselves dancing, saying, Sako, we're allowed to.
You can do that.
Damnation.
I was leaving the park the other day. I threw a ball for the dog. And a guy came up to me and he said, do you mind if I tell you a story about your dog? It's a good story. Because when someone says that, you think, oh, has the dog savaged someone? She's not. She's the sweetest natured thing.
She's a nice dog.
So I didn't know what it was going to be. He said he's lived up the street from me for maybe 15 years. I asked him if I could tell this story and he said, yes, I could on the radio. He's lived up the street from me for about 15 years. And he said that he used to walk past and see our previous dog, Ripley, and they used to call her the Sphinx because she'd just sit there and overlook the balcony and have a look at everybody. And he said he and his wife then, about 10 years ago, split up. And he was in a very dark place. So dark that one day he was walking back up the street and he wasn't sure what his actions might be.
Whoa.
And he walked past our house and he saw a brand new puppy and the puppy smiled at him.
Oh, that's Minnie.
It's Minnie. And he said it turned his day around. And he said he had hard days again after that, but Minnie and a dog smiling got him through what may have been a really terrible day.
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I loved hearing that story. And we never know the impact that any of our actions have on anybody. And when we meet someone at a shop or in the street, we don't know what kind of day they're having. It really reminded me of how kind we should be to everyone. He said his life's fine now. He's got a new relationship and all is great. But he has said, I've often wanted to tell you what your dog did for me that day without knowing it. Just a dog smiling.
Just a dog smiling.
Turned the day around.
That was it.
So I thought today the tribal drum could beat for the moment my day turned around. And it could be, it doesn't have to be someone going to damage themselves. It could be someone helping you pay a bill. It could be someone helping you get your kid into the car. Whatever it is, what's the moment that turned your day around? Because we often hear about terrible things that happen and people
it's always bad.
Irritate you and piss you off. But what about
good stuff?
The good stuff that happens and a small moment that may have been really small but had a big impact.
Somebody saved my life tonight.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. Elton.
Literally or figuratively. The moment my day turned around, what was it?
Podcast. The tribal drama's beating the moment my day turned around. Like that time I was in the shopping centre and I'm starving to death, starving. And there's a roast chicken, a barbecue chicken in the shopping trolley.
I don't think that's the spirit of what we're doing.
I think it's the spirit. I think it's this is what
No, you're being cynical now.
I'm not being cynical.
No, you weren't having a bad day and someone turned it around. You just saw an opportunity to steal a chicken. They're two different things. You can appreciate that, can't you?
Stealing a chicken that was provided.
The Lord provided a barbecue chicken in someone's trolley.
Like hypoglycemia and passed out.
Oh, see, we're looking for sincere stories.
This is sincere.
You don't do sincere very well.
I do sincere very well.
No, you don't.
I'm doing it now.
What we're talking about is, has there been a moment where you're having a bad day for whatever reason. Doesn't have to be a day that's really tragic for you, just a bad day, whatever. And something turns it around. My dog smiling at a guy turned that day around. It could be anything, and that's what we're asking for
and I'm not
today.
taking anything away from that. Wayne has joined us.
Hello, Wayne.
G'day, Jonesy and Amanda. How you going?
Very well. Was there a moment that you were having a tough day and something changed?
I was actually having a tough year. I was suffering very heavily from depression. And a lady that I'd met online, on Facebook, who was a friend of my son's, about the same age as me, we got chatting after a while. And we'd only been chatting probably a few months, but she must have picked up on the state I was in. I was a bloody mess. And she said to me, have you ever played Words with Friends? And I sort of chuckled at myself and said, no, I haven't. I played Scrabble. She said, it's the same thing. She said, would you like to play? And I said, yeah, why not? Give it a crack. And you know what? I've done perfectly all right since that day.
Wow.
She's turned my life around. Literally turned my life around.
I've got goosebumps hearing you say this, Wayne.
How long ago was that?
It was 4 years ago, roughly. We've played ever since. We played 2 or 3 games at a time. And, I credit her with me not committing suicide, to be perfectly honest.
Wow. It was that grim.
I tear up over it when I think about it. And I so appreciate her friendship.
Wow.
And we talk daily.
That's great. Well, what a great... This is great. No, Wayne, do not apologise. That's a great
the stuff,
story.
Wayne. None of us know the impact we have on others. And this is what Are You OK Day is about,
That's what it's about.
Is reaching out at a time when someone really needs
And
it.
I still be a little bit cynical about Are You OK Day. But no, it's bigger than that. It's about talking about this stuff. And this begets another. There might be someone out there right now listening to this show feeling down, feeling like Wayne's story. And, it's like a snowball of good.
It's someone seeing a need in you and reaching out a friendly hand.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wayne. I'm glad things have turned around for you.
Super. Laura has joined us as well. Hello, Laura.
Hi, how are you guys?
We're great.
Hello, Laura. How about you? Were you having a tough day and something turned around for you?
Yeah, I was. Your story reminded me of one that I went through about 2 years ago where I just found out my mum had terminal cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I went to the shopping centre, just Miranda, and I went up the escalator there, and I just felt like my whole world was crumbling, and I was about to always just cry, and this lady just looked at me, like a 60-year-old lady coming down the other way, and she just smiled at me. And it just lifted me up. I don't know what she saw, but and I just always remember her smile, and I always remember the kindness of the stranger, that they don't realise what they do, but she really did help me that day.
Wow, the kindness of strangers.
Yeah.
It's, I love these stories because we don't talk about this enough. We really don't. We talk about, we've got to get to my ghoulies and people that irritate you and things.
Well, people go to the negative. People always go to the negative.
Yeah. We're going to take more of your calls. Thank you, Laura.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Wakey, wakey.
Let's rise and shine.
It's too early. Get your ass out of bed.
Dogs do that to you, though. Sometimes when I'm on the road and you see a dog smiling out of a car window,
it makes you feel good.
Just great.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it? Yes. A man, and I asked him if he'd mind if I spoke about this story. He said that he was having he lives up the street from me, about 10 years ago, having a terrible day. He'd broken up with his wife, walking home up the street, really at the pointy end of doing something terrible. And he saw a new puppy, and that was Minnie, and she smiled at him. And he said, I just want you to know that turned that day around for me. I got through that day. I got through another day and another day. And those small things just help in a way that we will never know.
They're just the little things. And this is what you think about in your day, all the little things that you can do that could be good.
Well, and
they don't have to be big.
No, and we just don't know how we help
You don't
people.
have to rescue someone in the surf or change someone's tyre.
No, sometimes it is a smile, as we've just heard, a sympathetic
an encouraging
voice.
word.
Yeah, and we never know how other people, what kind of day they are having. Exactly. So the tribal drum is beating for the day my life turned around.
Could be anything. finding a barbecue chicken in a trolley when you're really hungry.
I don't think you've understood the nature of this.
I have understood. I'm just putting the net out very wide.
We've got Kayla. Hello, Kayla.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, thanks, Kayla.
How did your bad day turn around?
Okay, so I'm a teacher and I was feeling really, really sick, had a terrible sore throat and was just struggling to speak, let alone teach a class. I had this little group of Year 5s come in for their lesson with me and I just had to keep stopping because my throat was so sore, and there was this little boy who just kept looking at me going, "Are you okay, miss?" I kept going, yep, I'm all good, don't worry, I'm all good. Anyhow, we did the lesson, off they went. He came back at lunchtime. He'd been to the canteen and bought a packet of throat lozenges for me and just brought them up and said, "Oh, miss, I bought these for you. I hope they help your throat." And that it just made me feel like I don't know how to describe the words. It wasn't just about the sore throat.
No.
It was about the fact that this little 10-year-old boy kind of went, "What can I do to help?" And I just went, wow.
That's
parenting goals on this or that parent.
Oh, yes.
What a beautiful little soul he was.
And also, what a lovely teaching story, too, to that, obviously the impact you're having on that class, but that's a lovely exchange.
It's nice.
Oh, Kayla, thank you.
Good on you. Mel's joined us as well. Hello, Mel.
Good morning. How you going?
Great.
Did you have a moment that turned a bad day around, Mel?
I did. I don't even know if I can say it without crying, but
you're allowed to cry.
I was in a relationship that was average. It wasn't a terrible relationship. Like, there was nothing going bad. It was just one that definitely wasn't going along the path that I wanted to be on. But we were living together and I didn't really know what to do. And, when you got things intertwined, it's very hard to think about how you can untwine them. And so I spent a lot of nights laying awake trying to wonder what I was going to do next. And one particular night I was lying awake and I think I'd got up and gone on the couch and I was just doom scrolling on my phone and just sort of wondering what my next move was. And I finally got a text message from an ex-boyfriend. And that ex-boyfriend, who we'd sort of remained in touch and vaguely friends, just said, "I'm lying awake at night. What are you doing? I was just thinking about you. If you ever need anything, I'm around for you." And I just thought, this is what I need. I just needed this moment of an open door, an opportunity, somebody who I could trust to help me. And I sort of just said thank you. And a few days later I called and said, "Can you please help me? I really need to move out, but I don't know how to take the next steps." And he helped me do it, and I was able to start afresh.
Wow.
And we just stayed friends. It's not like it continued into a relationship, but it was just that moment of being there as that supportive shoulder and strong arms to help.
And the timing of that.
And was the relationship like were you fearful that you couldn't leave it?
I wasn't fearful. I just it was quite a long-term relationship, and it was like, well, there's two doors you take. It's like that long-term door, or where am I going? It didn't feel like it was filling my heart with love anymore, but it was a habit. It was a habitual relationship that it wasn't a terrible relationship, but it just kept on going. And then I didn't know how to say it to the other person, because it wasn't like I didn't like them, but I just wasn't filled with love anymore.
Yeah, because how do you do that?
And how do you extricate yourself, as you say, with your furniture, the rent, all that, just how hard it is,
There's
apart from the emotional side. And the interesting timing that friend, your ex, reached out to say, "I'm thinking of you, are you okay?"
Yeah.
The universe helped you out that day.
It's like my wife one time, she just said to me, "I just couldn't be bothered leaving you. It's too much of a hassle."
Well, her ex-boyfriend's probably been in touch.
She's always doom scrolling on her phone.
Well, Mel, thank you for sharing
Good work.
that.
Thank you, Mel.
Jam Nation.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy to Manor answer the pub test. And in the Sydney Morning Herald, this has been running a bit lately about Crown Tower at Barangaroo there and the whole Barangaroo precinct.
Do you like it?
I love that area. I think it's great because it used to look terrible before. It was like a port, because Sydney was working port, but it had the cruise ships used to go in there and it had the big Port Authority tower, and everyone said, "I got to keep the tower." The tower looked dreadful. I'm glad it's gone. And now they've put the public space there, and then they've got Barangaroo, the Crown Tower.
The Barangaroo Tower.
It's a Crown Tower. Anyway, it's got a casino in there. People aren't happy about that because it's a big symbol of wealth. Well, hello, it's a casino. But I find myself When I go across the Harbour Bridge, I look at it, I go, that looks pretty
It's
good.
eye-catching. You can see it from
eye-catching.
all over the city. It is very eye-catching. I was just looking for a variety of opinions about it. Someone here says, let's not even talk about the private part extension, also known as the Crown. What an abomination. An enormous blight on our city's skyline. Someone else say, do people in Sydney know how to do anything but whinge? It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Better than a concrete wasteland. Someone else said it's an absolutely a lost opportunity to create harbourside parks, theatres for the public to enjoy. Instead, we've got a casino.
But it's got like a park in there. It's got, you walk
And there's
around
beautiful
there.
restaurants and things. So there is public space.
I know Clover Moore wants the whole place to turn into a big green space, and it is green. Like it's green. It's green space or skateboard ramps. That's what you can have.
The tower itself I find architecturally lovely. I like it. But it is a giant casino on our foreshore. So how do you feel? Crown Tower. Pass the pub test.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I do like a story of a celebrity behaving badly. This isn't you having a run-in with the law the other day.
No, it was with the Ranger.
The
I got
Popo.
fined. I got fined $300 for my dog being off the lead.
But, the ranger said to you, so give me the situation
I'm too
again.
honest.
The dog came up to the ranger. The ranger
Well,
patted the dog.
I was just walking in formation with my dog. She walks just at my heel.
Yep.
And I was near the end of my walk, and a ranger who was in a high vis, so I knew they were a ranger, said, "Oh, hello," and patted my dog, and then said, "Is there any reason your dog should be off the lead?" And I went, "Oh, no, here we go." And they said, "Have you been fined before?" And about 2 years ago, maybe longer than that, I had been. And so my brain thought they might look it up and see that I've lied. I'm an honest person. I said, "Yes, I have," a long time ago. And then they gave me a $300 fine.
Don't tell them anything, man.
Don't tell the
tell
Popo nothing.
Don't tell them nothing. They just want to put stuff together.
Well, the celebrity who's being outed as being a terrible person is James Corden.
What's James done?
So James Corden has a Tonight Show. He's English. He's got a Tonight Show in America. And a segment of that Tonight Show is carpool karaoke. I often wonder if they go through a tunnel. Is it carpool tunnel? Anyway,
Right.
it all started when he did a comic relief...
With George Michael.
Yeah, comic relief sketch with George Michael, and they sang together in the car.
Call me bad.
And that was funny.
Call me anything you want to.
I like it. Since then, he's had so many celebrities in that car. Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, and they sing along with him. Paul McCartney.
I want to be famous, the star on the screen, but I can do something in between. Let's go.
You pull a face. I like it.
I feel that...
And I want him to be a nice
it's like
guy.
Game of Thrones for me. I've just come to the realisation I'm not going to watch Game of Thrones. This House of the Dragon, my wife loves that
What's
show.
it got to do with this?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm not going to
All right, well, it's not for you.
It's not for me. I'm not into dragons and fantasy or carpool karaoke.
Okay.
That's me.
He looks like a nice guy, though, and I wanted him to be a nice guy, but apparently he's not very nice in restaurants. And this is often what happens. Same thing with Ellen. One story comes out, then a whole stack of stories come out. So the owner of a New York restaurant called Balthazar has claimed that James Corden is the most abusive customer he's ever had in 25 years in the shop. He said he's a hugely gifted comedian, but a tiny cretin of a man. So he's had to ban him and kick him out. Or, he's never allowed to go there again because of a couple of incidents. The first incident, James Corden found a hair in his meal and said to the manager, "Get us another round of drinks this second. Take care of all our drinks so far. This way I won't write any nasty reviews for you." And apparently he was incredibly abusive. In another incident on another day, apparently the comedian was having brunch with his wife. She ordered an omelette, an egg yolk omelette with salad. When it arrived, it wasn't cooked to her liking because there was a tiny bit of egg white in it. And he insisted that the meal be taken away and prepared again.
Right.
When the meal came back, instead of salad, there was fries with it. James Corden began yelling like crazy to the server. This is what it says here. "You can't do your job. You can't do your job. I should go to the kitchen and cook the omelette myself." He was so nasty and so rude that the staff were traumatised.
She's getting an egg yolk omelette.
How weird's that?
So instead of that's the healthy option, the egg white option. Gee, her cholesterol must be through the roof. No wonder she didn't eat the fries.
Well, he has since apologised. This is James Corden. Since these stories came out, James Corden has said in the last 12 hours he's called up this restaurant owner and apologised profusely.
Good.
But then I saw this story.
Here we go.
And these are just, they're stories that people say, "I was on a plane and this is what I saw."
This is just gossip around the water cooler between us.
But this is a great one. Half an hour into a New York to London flight, passengers in business class noticed a woman with a crying baby being brought through the curtains by a flight attendant. They looked on in mild horror as they saw the attendant directed to an empty seat next to James Corden. Expecting a huge celebrity hissy fit to kick off, Corden's cabin mates were impressed to see that he didn't say a word, he didn't make any sort of complaint. He simply put on a pair of noise-cancelling headphones, pulled an eye mask over his eyes, turned away from the woman and went to sleep.
Fair enough.
Pretty decent, they say. When the plane landed, passengers were surprised to see Corden remain seated as the woman with the baby struggled to open the overhead locker. And even more surprised when she turned to Corden and said, "For F's sake, can you at least hold the baby while I get the bags down?" The woman was his wife and the baby was his baby.
Boom!
Boom!
Jam Nation! I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore."
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test today. Crown Tower. Does it pass the pub test? I like the idea of how it was conceived over a private lunch in 2012 with Barry O'Farrell, James Packer, and broadcaster Alan Jones.
That's how I was conceived too.
They're all sitting there eating nuggets and chips.
And saying, let's make a big Richie casino.
Why aren't we doing stuff like that?
Well,
why aren't we having power lunches like that?
I like the architecture of it. Some people are saying, you know, come on, we should have, this is a lost opportunity for parks and greenery and giving it back to the people. A casino, a lot of people obviously aren't happy with having a casino there.
But I think those people haven't walked around the precinct because there's a lot of green area that you can walk around there.
Where others, though, are just saying a blight on our city by putting in another casino on the waterfront.
Remember they said that about...
But all the great real estate is owned by casinos.
Yeah, of course. Centrepoint Tower or Sydney Tower. Remember they put that up? Everyone whinged about that.
No, they didn't.
People whinged about Sydney. Don't you remember that? Don't you remember people just they go, "Oh, what's the point of it?" Well, actually, what is the point of it?
A few years later, they're all right.
When I see it, I go, "Hey, there you go. That's all right. I like that thing."
Crown Tower. Does it pass the pub test?
I don't think so. I'd love to eat down there at Barangaroo, but to look up and it just looks like a giant penis. It can just put me off my feet.
No, it looks like a big dildo. Well, whoever came up with that design's an idiot.
Why does everything got to look like a Richard Creanium instead of having something that looks like a vagina instead?
It's all right. I don't know about the shape of it. It kind of doesn't suit the city much, so it's a bit of an eyesore.
No, it doesn't. My girlfriend and I just chuckled when we saw it for the first time. It looks like a giant penis for all the dickheads that go there.
You guys are obsessed.
Everyone's genital obsessed.
You guys are genital obsessed.
And I thought Jonesy was, but you've taken it to a new level.
I look at it, I don't think penis. I think wealth and success.
Same thing.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Our next guest hosted her own radio show as long as we have, 17 years.
Whoa.
But Fran Kelly has swapped the wireless for the screen with her very own show. She has said it's not an entertainment show, but it's an entertaining show, and it's called Frankly, which I think is the best title ever. It's been on air a couple of weeks already. Fran Kelly, hello.
Hello, you two. How are you?
We are great. Whenever someone starts a sentence with frankly, you always think, here we go.
Well, yeah, there's a bit of that. I never mind people thinking, well, here we go. You know that? I never mind that.
Have you had this in your mind for ages? Have you often thought, I'd love to host a chat show and have a band? Has that been something that you've dreamt of for years?
Well, to be honest, no, it wasn't, because I don't know about you guys, but when I was doing breakfast radio, all I could dream of was getting some sleep and getting up and doing it again the next day.
Yes.
So it was really once I started to realise that I'd come to the end of that road, like physically I just had to stop, that ideas started to form. And once, you know, the thing I was reluctant to leave when I left breakfast was not talking to politicians, but it was talking to all the other great people, like you people get to talk to all the time, you know, really interesting people who are coming into the country or doing things here or doing extraordinary things. And that's how the idea was born. And once they said, once I acted a bit interested in that, I quickly shoved a band in the format because I really like to have music around and be a part of that. So, yeah, that's how it came about.
But you've got some great guests on there, like Richard E. Grant, and you've got Vance Joy and Jimmy Barnes.
Tim Minchin.
Yeah. Tim mentioned, we've got Rachel Griffith coming on, Magda's coming on this week. We have got a terrific lineup, and that's been a really interesting thing for me to be a part of, working out who's in the country, who's out of the country, who can be available on a couch in a Sydney studio on a Wednesday night on that week and who can't be, and then making sure they'll work together. Because the whole point of this show is not to just have me talking to people, but hopefully them talking to each other too, which will really, I hope, make it something a bit more dynamic.
But look at how interesting all these people are, because it's often said that Australia can't have a Tonight Show or a talk show because we don't get the big international guests. You don't need them.
No, you don't really. And, we've got a couple in there, but we've got, Adam Goods coming on. We've got this fantastic artificial intelligence expert, global expert coming on called Jude Nguyen. He's coming up. You can put all sorts of people together and hopefully make magic.
Artificial intelligence just fascinates me lately, because there was they asked Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and what's his name, Steve Jobs. They said, what's the biggest fear for you in the future? And they all said artificial intelligence. So that was a few years ago. But then recently, Elon Musk has said, well, artificial intelligence will never overtake human intelligence.
No, and I'm kind of, I know there's a lot of people who are very fearful of it, and people talking about, we're not going to have mobile phones, we're going to have chips in our heads soon and all of that. I don't know. Maybe, but I try not to be, fear-bound by it. I don't see how it can overtake it, but it's better than us at some things. It's better than us, apparently, already at diagnosing some illnesses and stuff, simply because it can process all the data, so this massive amount of data so quickly and get to the heart of the issue and results and things like that. So it already can do some things better than we can, and I guess the challenge for humans is to let it do the things we don't want to do, and us keep doing the things that keep us the boss baby.
Would either of you get a chip in your head, like how you can Google on your phone? Would you get a chip that would help you out?
Josie, I haven't even got pierced ears, so I don't think I'm going to get a chip in my head.
We'll start with piercing your ears at Priceline and we'll go from there.
There we go. That's straight down to Priceline after the show. Frankly is a brand new and exciting entertainment chat show. It's hosted by Fran Kelly, Fridays 8:30 on the ABC. Fran, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, you too.
Jam Nation. When you think about it, we just matter, aren't we, really? Just atoms, a bunch of atoms all formed together. And we're just spinning through the universe. And the little things that you do could be finding a barbecue chicken in a shopping trolley, for example, or your dog smiles kindly at a man who's feeling down.
Yeah, we were speaking about this earlier, that sometimes we don't know how anyone else is feeling on any given day. And it can just be the smallest thing that changes that person's day, maybe changes your day and gets you through a bad day. And then you have the next day, and you start to come out of a darkness that you may have been in.
And the tribal drum was beating today the moment my day turned around. And we had some great calls, didn't we?
Suffering very heavily from depression. A lady that I'd met on Facebook, and she said to me, have you ever played Words with Friends? And I sort of chuckled at myself, said, no, I haven't. I played Scrabble. She said, it's the same thing. She said, would you like to play? And I said, yeah, why not? Give it a crack. And you know what? I've done perfectly all right since that day. Literally turned my life around.
2 years ago, where I just found out my mum had terminal cancer, and I went to the shopping centre. I just felt like my whole world was crumbling, and I was about to always just cry, and this lady just looked at me like a 60-year-old lady coming down the other way, and she just smiled at me. It just lifted me up. I don't know what she saw, but and I just always remember her smile, and I always remember the kindness of the stranger. She really did help me that day.
I'm a teacher and had a terrible sore throat and was just struggling to speak, let alone teach a class. I had this little group of Year 5s come in for their lesson with me, and I just had to keep stopping because my throat was so sore. And there was this little boy who just kept looking at me going, are you okay, miss? I kept going, yep, I'm all good, don't worry, I'm all good. He came back at lunchtime. He'd been to the canteen and bought a packet of throat lozenges for me and just brought them up and said, oh, miss, I bought these for you. I hope they help your throat.
How good is that?
Yeah, and she said it was more than just that he'd given her lozenges. It was how thoughtful this young boy had been to see that she was suffering. And she said it just not only turned her day around, it made her whole job worthwhile.
I don't even recall my canteen at school selling lozenges. Throaties? Remember Throaties?
Oh, Throaties. Butterscotch.
Butterscotch?
Yeah, they were lollies pretty much, weren't they?
Jenna, our DCP, that's digital content producer. Jenna and I have been hanging out lately. We've been doing some a secret side project.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
we'll
a
keep
surprise.
it secret.
It's hush, isn't it, Jenna?
Yeah.
But we've been on some great adventures lately, haven't we?
I think the police might have to become involved.
What
This is
are you
becoming
talking about?
scary.
That's not scary. Don't say that. In this age, people will think unkindly. I'd like to think that we've been bonding and our secret project will be revealed.
Okay, whatever.
You've come in with an email.
Yes, a really nice email that I thought I'd come in and just read to you.
That we just got this morning?
Yes, just this morning. It's from Rhonda, and she goes, Jonesy and Amanda help me every day with their kindness.
Aww.
They have taught me to be humble and to be that person who is positive to others, ask if they are okay, or to give that smile. Jonesy, I love his love of his family, and he's a good man. Amanda has such a lovely way of wording and has set me on a path to treat everyone with kindness and be aware of how I can improve the way I speak to others. They both give me a good start to every single day. I live with a husband who has PTSD from Vietnam and will never recover. My days are not easy having to deal with his negativity, but the joy I feel when I smile and give to others makes my day better. Please pass my thanks and gratitude to Jonesy and Amanda. They are both angels.
Oh, that's nice. That is nice.
See, none of
Rhonda.
us know the smallest actions that change someone's life. And none of us know the kind of day someone else is having. Thank you, Jenna. That's lovely. Thank you, Rhonda.
And just to clarify, our secret
Not
project
this again.
is this because I
Don't ruin a nice moment.
Well, 'cause what happened-
You can't handle anything emotional. You have to deflect from anything that's lovely.
That's lovely. I'm just saying, is it because I bought sushi for myself and not you?
Yeah, you went to the fish market.
Well, because we're meeting Ray Hadley. It's secret top.
Are you going to work there? I'd rejoice.
We were meeting with Ray, and I was a bit early, and I got some sushi. I didn't know that you were.
I was waiting for 40 minutes for you.
Well, I was eating. Have you?
And your breath must have been delightful. Jenna, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenna.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
We have a prize for our favourite Ghoulie of the year, $20,000 cash and a year's supply of chocolate from Daryl Lee. You can call the Ghoulies hotline anytime, 906-17984.
What have we got?
I hate it when you're driving 40 k's in the school zone and you get passed by the peloton. We've got about 10 blokes in Leica riding past you on bicycles and they pass you. Not happy about that. That's what gets my ghoulies.
Is it because they've passed you, or is it because they're breaking the speed limit?
Yes, I'm not sure what the gripe is.
Now, what is the gripe?
Remember when you used to go past the peloton and you thought, whoa.
I did. Sometimes you
Then
go
you
past
realise
it
they
and
were
you think,
men.
Well, you go, oh, curse you, androgynous shorts. Anyway, that's for another 60 seconds. What else have we got?
What gets my ghoulies is when you go and try some clothes on in a shop, you look in the mirror and you say, ick. No way, Jose, what was I thinking? But the sales assistant comes over to you and says, oh, gee, that colour really suits you and it's a perfect fit. And you're saying to yourself, get real, like you're obviously fishing for your commission. That's when I walk out of the shop.
Curse you, androgynous shorts.
And you're wearing them backwards.
That girl looks great. Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You can always call the hotline number 9061 7984 for Gets My Ghoulies.
Jam Nation.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins $300 to spend at Bay Vista. World famous desserts at Bay Vista, Parramatta and Brighton Le Sands.
You also get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and fridge magnet with our little dolly heads on it.
We got a lovely email from Rhonda earlier. We were talking about that one moment that can turn your life around.
Yeah.
And she said that listening to us does that for her. She said, I live with my husband who has PTSD from Vietnam and will never recover. My days are not easy having to deal with his negativity, but the joy I feel when I smile and give to others makes my day better. You are both angels.
Oh,
Cheers,
that's
Rhonda.
nice.
So, Rhonda, you are our man of the match.
I don't know if we're saving lives.
Well, she wins $300 to spend at Bay Vista, world famous desserts at Bay Vista, Parramatta and Brighton Le Sands.
I like the idea of being Angel. Remember Angel and Hey Hate Saturday? Hello, Daryl. Hello, Ozzy. What do you think? That could be a great... I could descend from the ceiling.
You know the theme today. You get anxious when things go deep and emotional.
I'm very deep and emotional.
I hear.
Yeah.
Angel!
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Bill Weaver's up next. He has free fuel to give away with Beat the Bowser.
We'll be back from 6 to 9 for Jam Nation.
See you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby dear, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.